Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing massive rings stretching across the horizon. A sight so surreal, it would redefine the way we see our planet. But beyond the beauty, these rings would come with drastic effects on weather, tides, and even human civilization. Would Earth still be the same? Or would these rings change life as we know it? Let's dive deep into this cosmic possibility. The science behind planetary rings. Saturn's iconic rings are made of ice, dust, and rock, forming a stunning celestial display. Scientists believe that rings are either remnants of shattered moons or leftover debris from planetary formation. But why does Earth lack such a feature? Billions of years ago, Earth might have had rings too. However, the strong gravitational influence of the moon likely prevented ring formation, pulling debris together to form itself instead. If Earth were to somehow develop rings today, their composition would depend on how they formed: an asteroid impact, a broken moon, or artificial structures built by future civilizations. Types of possible rings around Earth. Ice rings. Similar to Saturn, Earth's rings could be composed of frozen water and dust, reflecting sunlight brilliantly. This would make the rings highly visible but unstable over time due to heat from the sun. Rocky rings. If formed from a destroyed asteroid or moon, Earth's rings might be dark and dense, blocking sunlight in some areas and affecting life on Earth dramatically. Artificial rings. Scientists have theorized that in the distant future, humans might create artificial rings for energy collection, climate control, or even space habitats. Could this be the future of humanity? How would Earth look with rings? The night sky would never be the same. Instead of an empty black expanse, glowing bands of light would stretch across the horizon. The equatorial regions would have the most spectacular, uninterrupted views, while the poles would see very little due to Earth's tilt. Sunlight hitting the rings could create dazzling reflections, similar to the effect of a full moon, leading to brighter nights and a possible change in nocturnal animal behavior. The rings would cast shadows on Earth, creating dramatic changes in seasons, with some areas experiencing extended twilight and others being plunged into darkness at certain times of the year. The impact on Earth's climate and weather. Cooling effect. The rings could act as a solar shield, reflecting sunlight and cooling the planet, similar to how volcanic ash affects global temperatures. Some regions might experience prolonged winters, while others could have continuous twilight due to light scattering. Tidal changes. The moon controls Earth's tides, but if Earth had rings, their additional gravitational force could disrupt the natural rhythm of tides, potentially leading to stronger storms and flooding. Weather shifts. Certain areas might suffer from extreme weather changes due to uneven heat distribution, causing desert expansion in some places while increasing rainfall in others. How would the rings affect human civilization? Ancient cultures and beliefs. Imagine if early humans had grown up under a sky filled with glowing rings. This celestial sight could have deeply influenced mythologies, religions, and scientific discoveries. Ancient structures like Stonehenge or the pyramids might have been aligned to the rings instead of just the sun and moon. Would societies have seen the rings as a divine sign or an omen of doom? Perhaps they would have influenced the development of calendars and agriculture differently from what we know today. Modern technology in space exploration, satellite communications, with billions of ring particles orbiting Earth, our modern technology would struggle. GPS, television signals, and weather forecasting would be thrown into chaos due to continuous collisions with debris. Space travel becomes risky. Any mission to the moon or beyond would have to navigate through dense clouds of space debris, increasing the risk of catastrophic damage to spacecraft. Energy and scientific potential. Could the rings be mined for resources? If they can contain valuable minerals, space exploration might focus on extracting resources from Earth's own orbit rather than distant asteroids. The moon's role. Would the rings survive? Unlike Saturn, Earth has a large, dominant moon. Its gravitational pull would gradually destroy any rings, causing them to spiral inward and rain down on Earth. Over time, this fallen debris could create frequent meteor showers, some of which might be large enough to cause devastation. If the rings formed from a broken moon or asteroid, they might last a few million years before disappearing completely. Scientists predict that if Earth had rings, they would likely have been temporary, lasting only a few 100,000 to a few million years before being completely consumed. Could we create rings in the future? Some scientists speculate that future space technology might allow us to artificially build planetary rings using satellites or reflective panels to generate energy. Such rings could be used to control climate, provide additional solar power, or even serve as orbital habitats for future space settlements. But would humanity take such a risk? The possibility of megastructures orbiting Earth is an exciting concept in astrophysics and engineering. Could space elevators or Dyson rings be our first steps toward this future? What if the rings disappeared? If Earth were to have rings for millions of years, what would happen if they suddenly vanished? Would life on Earth be able to adapt to the drastic climate changes that followed? Scientists have theorized that sudden changes in sunlight exposure due to a disappearing ring system could trigger ice ages, mass extinctions, or even the rise of new ecosystems. This raises another question. Could an advanced civilization remove or create planetary rings at will? What if Earth's rings were a remnant of an ancient civilization's failed experiment? Conclusion. While a ringed Earth would be breathtaking, the consequences could be disastrous for life, climate, and technology. From altering weather to disrupting satellite systems, the challenges far outweigh the aesthetics. However, with advances in space engineering, could humanity one day create artificial rings for a specific purpose? The future holds endless possibilities. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mysteries of the universe, don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-blowing space content.